President.
I call on the representative of Egypt for a second intervention.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, once again for giving Egypt the floor. Mr. Chair, we are not willing to dwell more on the continued fallacies posed by the Ethiopian delegation. However, we are going to reiterate our position and stance. We affirm Egypt's firm position of rejecting all unilateral Ethiopian measures on the Nile River and not accepting them or their consequences for the existential interests of the peoples of the downstream countries, Egypt and Sudan. Ethiopia is adopting intransigent positions seeking to impose a fait accompli driven by a political agenda, not development needs, to mobilize the Ethiopian interior against an imaginary enemy under the pretext of false claims about sovereignty over the Nile River, which represents the shared property of its riparian states. Since the unilateral launch of the Ethiopian Dam project and over the past years, Egypt has exercised the utmost restraint and chosen to resort to diplomacy and international organizations, including the United Nations. This is not due to an inability to defend our existential interests, but rather stems from Egypt's firm conviction in the importance of strengthening cooperation and achieving common interests among the peoples of the Nile Basin countries, in accordance with the international law, and in a manner that serves development interests and takes into account the concerns of downstream countries. And hereby, Mr. Chair, we continue to maintain the right to reply to the illegal Ethiopian unilateral measure by all the necessary means enshrined in the international law and the UN Charter. I thank you, Mr. Chair.